guys, it's Anisha here with Nish, and today I thought I would create a short little handy guide about how to fill out the extracurricular section of the Common Application. Now, this is something that I personally struggled a lot with when I was a senior in high school, filling out my college apps. And after asking a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of professors, a lot of teachers, and a lot of college admissions counselors, I finally was able to compile a list of the 5 steps that kind of you can follow in order to craft the best version of yourself on the extracurricular section of the Common App. So hopefully this is helpful to you, and hopefully it allows you to create the best version of yourself on your Common App, just like I did. So step number 1 would kind of be to decide your story. Now, you might have heard a lot of people throw around this term before, and it's really important that you start building your story before you even get to the college application stage. So what's really important is that you decide what your passions are, what your values are, and one specific interest that you have, and craft your entire extracurricular section around that specific interest. For me, I was really passionate about mental health and mental health advocacy, so I made sure that all the extracurricular activities that I engaged in throughout high school had something or the other to do with mental health and mental health advocacy. I really wanted colleges to know the reason that I was doing what I was doing, and the fact that there was a solid passion behind everything I was doing, and it wasn't just for the resume value. Now, a good second step would be to omit everything that doesn't have to do with that singular passion, interest, or story. If you have irrelevant experiences that don't really have to do with anything that you're interested in, please do yourself a favor and take them out. A lot of times you might have heard people say that you have to fill out all of the extracurricular section, otherwise you're at a disadvantage, but that is not true at all. Actually, after speaking to multiple college counselors and college application committees, I found that colleges actually prefer that you have less activities that are centralized and all unique to your specific passion than to have a lot of activities that don't really have any relevance to your life and your story. Step number 3 is to list your extracurricular activities in order of importance. This one is really important because college admissions committees are super busy people and they're reading hundreds of applications on end. So chances are that they won't even fully read your application before making a decision on you. So you want what you put first to stand out to them. This makes it super important that you put your most important and most impressive activities first, and then move on to the smaller or the less unique activities. Now for step number 4, which is actually to describe your extracurriculars. Now, if you describe all of your activities in terms of adjectives, then college admissions committees have the choice to believe you or have the choice to not, depending on how convincing you are. So instead, what's really important is that you show your impact through numbers. This way, they have no choice but to believe you because you're giving them straight facts. For example, if you were the president of a club that met once every week, say that you organized weekly meetings, or if you recruited over 400 students in your club, say that, because that shows college admissions committees that you actually had an impact in the organizations that you're doing, and they have no choice but to believe that impact. Now for step number 5, the final step, which is to proofread your application and show it to other people. Now this one is super important because when you're working on your application day in and day out, you tend to miss things when you read it over and over and over again. Also, you'll hold a biased perspective since you're the one that wrote it yourself. So showing it to other people can get an objective perspective on your extracurricular section, and you can ask people what you can do to sound more impressive, or if you sound impressive at all. This way you're getting a second opinion on your application and you're not just relying on your own biased standpoint to make a judgment. And for the final part, it's time to turn it in. That's really all there is to filling out the extracurricular part of the Common App. It's not as hard as it seems, but it can be daunting because it does carry a lot of weight in the application process. So hopefully these 5 steps really helped you kind of break down how to go step by step and create the best version of yourself. And I wish you the best of luck.